This is an interesting story. The darling of the detransition movement comes out again as transgender. Uh, there's so much in that headline that is interesting. But what is happening here?
So we have seen with the rise of anti-trans legislation and trans antagonism, the voice of people who are detransitioners has been given a lot of authority and weight within evangelical and Christian nationalists and conservative and far right talking places. And those voices have been given plenty of room to speak when addressing Senate committees and legislative committees and houses and senates within states to be able to talk about how pushing a channel for youth and children to get into gender affirming care does not allow them to grow and mature to make an informed choice. These detransitioners have been essentially the poster kids, but they're adults, of saying that gender affirming care for minors should be illegal. One of those detransitioning individuals goes by the name of Kai Schevers or Schevers. Schevers is a transmasc individual who uses she, her pronouns. And she is expressing regrets about her role in the detransitioning movement. From 2013 to 2020, she regularly wrote and made videos about her detransition. She was featured in major publications. She was interviewed by anti trans journalist Katie Herzog and was there to promote the idea that transgender identity is not legitimate and that gender dysphoria was a mix of internalized sexism and trauma response. But now she's changing her platform. She says trans people deserve access to support, and it makes no sense to shut down people's access to medical transition just because some people end up detransitioning. Now, that was in an article with Slate, and it remains to be seen if she is going to continue to speak on behalf of the rights of trans individuals, but that's a lot of damage over 7 years that the trans antagonistic movement has to draw from to be able to attack the community.
I like that the actual stats that this article has in it. I always find that is really important. Let's see. According to a study from UCLA's Williams Institute, which we've cited here before, 1.3 million adults in the U.S. identify as transgender. About 0.05% of the population. Of those that transition, about 8% report detransitioning. So a small number, very, very small number. And 62% of that 8%, 62% of people that said that they detransitioned, 62% said that their detransition was temporary.
Mhm.
And we've talked about this, and we only have anecdotal evidence of this, but a lot of the people that detransition do so because of either societal pressures or familial pressures, like pressures from spouses that and threats that you will lose your kids if you transition, these sorts of things.